Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of 10-Minute Timeout with EPZ. I am She, and this is season 2, episode 8. We have some things to get into tonight's game versus the Phoenix Suns, as well as some controversial things that are going on in the news right now in the sports, especially with basketball. And also, we'll talk about just a bit on the Philadelphia Eagles um, athleticism. Let's get it started. If you haven't already, how about you subscribe and like this video? Share it with some friends. Maybe they might enjoy a little conversation about basketball. Anyway, let's keep this conversation going. Use hashtag EPZ or hashtag 10-minute timeout. And we can keep this conversation going on other platforms. So, to begin with, tonight is especially for us on the East Coast and the Midwest, it's a late game, um, an anticipated game, because this is really going to showcase Phoenix's star players. They got Devin Booker, they have Bradley Beal, and the comparable Kevin Durant. Um, these three stars are individually amazing. Together, they haven't showed a lot of fire and tenacity. But this season, starting off, I believe they're like 4-1, 5-1, something like that. So they're starting to glue and mesh and have some synergy going on between them, just like we want to have in Philly with Embiid, Paul, and Maxey. Now, you might be thinking, Maxey, yeah, he's a great player, but should he be called a superstar? Of course he should. What? Of course he should. Maybe you should check out this video right here that I placed on YouTube about the marvelous Maxi. He's he's way, 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 way better than what he just looks like on paper. The way that he tries to use everybody on that court, the way he tries to get into the paint, the way he shoots from the mid range, he's just getting better. And he turned a year old today, so this game is going to be, I think, um one of those games that you keep going back to look at how the team played. I think individually the team is getting better. Kelly Oubre is showing his offensive prowess. We known him more as a, defender at the rimmer, but he is showing that he can shoot. And to me, that's great. Caleb Martin, he's just out there. I mean, we can't get these players enough credit. Caleb Martin is out there. He's driving to the rim. He's smacking balls away. He's defending. He's doing his best. Then we have Gershon Yabusele. This guy, I like him. I like his motor is great. He's out there. I think it was a few games ago. He was against Indiana. Yeah, I believe it was against Indiana. He grabbed like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, and he was going after everything. If it was close to him, he could smell it. He was going after it. Period. I think that shows a lot of heart. I think it shows a lot of grit. I think it shows his teammates that come on, get it out here. Um, and to have that compliment of Tyrese Maxey, it's really impressive to see. I'm not just gonna watch the games they win. I'm gonna watch them all. And even though I got blacked out for the Indiana game, I will be watching it probably. I'll probably be watching it tomorrow, if not here in a couple minutes after I do this broadcast. I just wanted to get on here. Um, I'm trying to be more available. I was off for a couple of weeks. I had a cold. I'm over it now. And now I got a lot of things to say. It's just too much stuff going on that's raising my eyebrows and I want to talk about it. So here I am. It's me and I'm talking about it. So let's talk about also Eric Gordon. Now, Eric Gordon didn't play much in the preseason, He's playing a little bit more in certain games, not in all the games. Um, he has some brilliance with his shooting, but I see some hesitating things that he's doing. Like he'll hesitate to drive and pass it. He'll hesitate to shoot and pass it. Um, he remind me of how Buddy Hield was doing in the postseason last year, and I don't like it. I just want him to shoot. I heard Nick Nurse say before, just shoot the ball, just shoot it, just freaking shoot the ball, just shoot the ball. And he's a sharpshooter, so go ahead and shoot that mug. Don't even worry about the aftermath. Just shoot that mug. Um, we got Yabusele and Drummond out there just to get those rebounds, so that's what they're there for. They're there to cast those lines out there and snatch that minnow up for sure. Who else that I wanted to speak about? Jared freaking McCain. Wow. He has shown me a lot of toughness, a lot of pizzazz, a lot of razzle dazzle. Like, are y'all seeing him going to the rim, flicking it this way? Oh, you blocked it that way. I'm gonna go this way. Like he's thinking off the cuff, and I like that. He got a lot of flack this offseason about why would they draft him? Blah, 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 blah. He can't be Maxi two. He's not trying to be Maxi two. He's trying to be Jared numero uno, the beta version. He's trying to get out there and do what he's gonna do. And I think this would be a good game for him to get in there and get some minutes. I'm shocked at the minutes that he's getting. Him being a rookie, I'm really shocked about it. I didn't think he was gonna get as much minutes as he's got. And yeah, of course, we've had some blowout games, so he's been out there doing what he's doing. But um, I'm really really enjoying watching him play and watching him grow and evolve within this team. We haven't seen a lot of Bona. That's because KJ Martin and Yabusele and Drummond have been doing phenomenal. KJ Martin, um, he may not shoot a lot of threes, but that boy gets it. His daddy, I loved. Anybody that knows me knows that I loved me some Kmart. That was my guy. Like he played the roughness that I liked. He snatched those rebounds down. He'll take your head off trying to get that rebound from him. That was his thing. He's putting it in the hoop and he is snatching them off the board. And his son, I could see a little bit of that in his son. The way he throw that mug up there, I get it. Throw it up there, I get it. Like he throw it up there, I get it. You know? And I'd be like, oh, snap. Like, what? This man is a monster. And I think a lot more of those are gonna come by way of Paul George, with his driving kicks. Because how can you stop a player that is quick, got great handles, that's long, can shoot from the outside, the inside, drive it to the rim. You really got to put two people on him. And so once Paul George drives it into the paint, I think it's going to leave a lot of openings for him to kick it to Kenyon in the air and just let him just bang it down. Um, I can't. I'm kind of excited about the game tonight. Um, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be watching it around 10:30 here on in the East Coast. So, it is what it is. It'll be a late night for me, but that's all right. I got to see my guys work for sure. There was another player that I wanted to mention that hasn't gotten a lot of PT, but has gotten a ton of flack, and that's Reggie Jackson. I'm not a huge Reggie Jackson fan. My homeboy is a Pistons fan, and he would tell me so many things about Reggie Jackson that just wasn't good. And so when he first came to my team, I was like, nah, I seen a little bit of good in him when he played for Denver and blah blah blah. But honestly, like I think he would be best suited coming off the bench, of course, like he's doing, but with a fixed role. I think him coming in and just getting garbage minutes is not going to help. Um, Yeah, you could argue that he did that in Denver, but he still was in the rotation. He's not in the rotation that much right now. It's almost like he's there for practices. I know that sounds bad. Like he's there to run up against Kyle and Maxi and Jared, you know. He's a veteran player. We need veterans up there. I just think Reggie should get a little bit more um not over Jared. So it's almost a double-edged sword. Should you play Jared? Should you play Reggie? Of course I'm gonna say Jared. Young Guns is the way to go. Um, but I think for long term, for bench depth, I think I mean Reggie Jackson needs to get out there and get some minutes in over some of Kyle Lowry's, over some of Eric Gordon's. I think that is a I think that's a good idea. I think it should happen. Um, I also wanted to touch on, besides the game tonight, I wanted to touch on the NBA as a whole. It's only like 5, 6 games in for most teams, and people are going nuts. They talking about the Bucks. Giannis is gonna be traded, and this, that, and the other. Like, man, sit back and just enjoy it. That game against the Cavaliers with the Milwaukee Bucks was phenomenal. Donovan Mitchell should definitely be in the MVP talks. He is he's driving the team and he's anchoring the team. He's bringing in the what do you call it? The motivation, the energy in the beginning, and then he's taking them home in the end. Definitely MVP candidate. Definitely phenomenal player this year. I think he has something that he wants everybody to know, and that he is a top three guard in the NBA. Um, it's arguable. I'm ready to argue it. I've been saying Donovan Mitchell should have been in Philly for the longest, and I got hammered by it. But that's cool. Bring it on. I ain't mad at it. Um, I think him and Maxi would be ridiculous together. But that's near here nor there because it's not what's going on right now. I also wanted to talk about the Lakers. They got all this attention because of Bronny. That history is phenomenal. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna be first. Nobody's ever gonna be first to do it except for the James family. And congratulations to Bronny, making an NBA team. Hundreds of players that are trying every single season to get in there, and he's in there. So congratulations for that. And the Lakers always have eyes on them. No matter what is going on, they always have eyes on them. Whether they're changing coaches, players, GMs, whatever it is, the Lakers love that kind of attention. So y'all keep doing that. Keep your eyes on the West Coast while this East Coast ramps up real quick. Um, I also heard some things about Ben Simmons. I haven't said that name in a while, in a minute, like that. Um, he's been averaging like 4 points, 6 rebounds, five fouls, like 9 assists, something like that. Um, I think this is in the span of 26 minutes, 26 to like 30 minutes. What do I think about that? Somebody asked me that, and I think that he still has some type of mental block in shooting the ball. Um, he doesn't play like the player that he used to be. Um, so something is evidently going on. Um, all these off-season reels of him shooting the ball and dunking the ball, and he's revved up. But once he gets into team play, it's a whole different story. And so I'm thinking it's honestly some kind of mental block. Does he like mentally thinking, If he goes up for a dunk or something, he might hurt himself bad again. Um, if he's not 100%, he shouldn't play. Don't get out there and ruin yourself. But then again, it is a contract year. Do I think he's going to get a max contract? No. Should he get a max contract? No. Um, he's been in the league since what, 2016? So he's been in the league about 8 years. Should he get a veteran minimum? I don't know. I don't know. I think when his contract expires, I think he will get a minimal contract. But how arrogant he seems, I don't think he's gonna accept that, and he's probably gonna be playing for Australia. He's been talking about that a lot. He wants to be on the Australia and Olympic team, so he might be going to the Zoolanders or or the koalas. I'm not sure, but uh, whatever he does, I hope he considers his teammates and the things that he's doing to a team by not getting himself where he needs to be. The money that they pay these players is an investment, and they have to invest in themselves, their conditioning, their nutrition, their wellness, their stability, their mental health. All these different things need to be taken care of with that amount of um money that they're given. Not everybody gets 180 million. Not everybody gets 180,000. But with the money that you get and the role that you play, you got to utilize it to the best of your ability. Not everybody can put $1 million into their bodies like some superstars. Some superstars put more than $1 million into their conditioning, and that's fantastic because they're out here to entertain us, and they can't entertain us being, you know, Randalls. Can't be a Randall out here and think that's going to be entertaining. It's not. It's absolutely not. We want to see athleticism. We want to see grit. We want to see heart. We want to see, down to the wire. And I don't really see him a lot in late games. I seen him, I think, one game. I don't watch a lot of that basketball, but I did see one game and he was in there. It was like maybe 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But he shortly got replaced right after that, after he fouled. It's like he fouls and it's like, okay, take me out. I'm done. I'm spent. So, it is what it is. I'm only gonna spend a minute or so on that, but moving on. Moving on, moving on, moving on. Um, what about the NFL? Now, I'm not gonna say a name, and I'm not gonna say the team, but if you guys watch basketball, then you probably see some things about football and vice versa. So I'm watching some basketball things and I see this thing come across about football. I don't watch football that much. I watch it enough, but not that much. But this one play this guy did, he juked the guy, spun off of him, jumped up backwards. The guy went between his legs. He landed on his feet and dove a little bit more for some extra yardage. Like he already had a first down. By the time he juked that dude, he already had a first down. So that type of effort made me like, oh man, let me turn to this game. It was so I've watched it, I don't know, 50 times. It's a phenomenal play and um it just brings me joy. If why do something if it doesn't bring you joy? I want to shout out to the drill squad. Thanks for continuing to listen, to spread the word, and to get in touch with me and let me know what you guys are thinking. Keep it coming. I'm I'm always listening, trying to figure out new different ways to um bring the goodness to the goodness. I'm gonna have a new cast coming out sometime soon. It's gonna be a part of the same EPZ Entertainment, the Unleashed Entertainment. It's just gonna be a different kind of broadcasting. So be looking out for that. Until then, I'll see you guys again. This is EPZ, and I am Unleashed. Enjoy your day. Take it easy.